Hi, today we're going to be going over inequalities, how to graph inequalities, and how to solve compound inequalities. So let's start off with 60. 60a plus 64. And then is greater than or equal to 80a, minus 92. First, we need to get the a on one side and everything else in the other. So let's do 80 or minus 80a here, minus 64 here, and then minus 64 there. So now we're left with negative 20a is greater than or equal to negative 156, because negative 92 minus 64 is negative 156. Now what we need to do is multiply both sides by -1 to get rid of this negative number, or negative sign. And now we're left with 20a is less than or equal to 156. And you notice that I switched signs here. So when you multiply by -1 on both sides of an inequality, you flip the sign because the order of the number reverses. Now we just divide both sides by 20, and this just turns to 1. 1 times a is just a, and 156 divided by 20 simplifies down to 39 over 5, and then we'll have a, and then this would be our final answer. Let's do another one. 5y plus 3, let me fix that 3, is greater than negative 7y plus 13. So now we need to get the y's on one side and everything else on the other side. So I'm going to do plus 7y to both sides, and then minus 3 to both sides. So now we're just left with 12y is greater than 10. Now we just divide both sides by 12, and we're left with y is greater than 5 over 6, because we can divide both of the numerator and denominator by 2 to get 5 over 6. Just a simplified answer. Let's go over compound inequalities. Let's say we have negative 9x plus 5 is less than or equal to 17. And then or 13x plus 25 is less than or equal to -1. So let's try to solve it. We'll do -5 here to both sides, and we're left with negative 9x is less than or equal to 12. And then we'll divide both sides by -9. And now we would just be left with x, and then we flip the sign, is greater than or equal to 12 over 9. Which this can simplify to -4/3. Now let's solve this side. We can do -25 to both sides, because we need to try to get x by itself on this side. So we'll be left with 13x is less than or equal to -26. Next we can divide both sides by 13. And we would be left with x is less than or equal to -2. So let's bring these two answers over to the next page and I will show you how to put it on a number line. So our answers were x is less than or equal to -2, and then it was x is greater than or equal to -3/4 or 4/3, sorry. Let's do our number line, and we'll have 0 here, and then -1, -2, -3, and then just 1, 2, and then 3. So let's do this one first. So -2, we'll have our dot here, is greater than or equal to x. So our line would go to here. And our interval form for that would be -infinity and 2, -2. And for -4/3, it'll be like right here. And since x is greater than or equal to, we're going to go to the positive side. So our interval form would be -4/3 to positive infinity. And this is how we would do compound inequalities. Now let's graph inequalities. Let's say we have x is greater than 4 and y is greater than -3. Let's get our graph. We got our y-axis and our x-axis. So if we have x is greater than 4 and +4, we would count 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we would draw our line right here on our 4. And since x is greater than, we would have our arrows facing here to the right. But if it was like the other way around, where 4 was greater than x, then it would go this way. But in this situation, this is how you would graph it. And next, y is greater than -3. So let's find -3 on the y-axis. So it would be down here, -1, -2, -3. And then we'll draw our line right here. And since y is greater than -3 in the positive side, we're going to go up. Our arrows are going to go up like this. Sorry, it's a bit messy. Let me redo it. So y is 1, 2, -3, and our arrows are facing up. And then x is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then our arrows going this way. And this is how we would graph inequalities.